Hello and welcome back to the Wizards Arena. My name is Draymore. Today we are doing Tech Your Deck Season 2, Episode 6, Gold, multicolored cards. First up, we have Steel of the Godhead. This sweet card is 2 and a white-blue hybrid. You enchant your creature. If it is white, it gets +1/+1 and has lifelink. And if it is blue, it gets +1/+1. It's unblockable. It's really sweet that you can get in there, get a bunch of life, and they take damage and can't stop it. Bad boy is almost $2, and it's only in like 5% of decks. Next up, we have Salvage. Multicolored decks cards are a little bit of a little tough because of the color combinations. Salvage for a blue and a black hybrid. So 1 mana, instant, draw cards equal to the number of cards an opponent discarded this turn. So this is good if like your opponent draws a lot of cards and then has to discard like 6 or 7 cards. You run in discard effects, which is very rare. But for 1 mana, you can potentially net you a couple cards. So that's why it's really good. It's only 3/4. Not many decks run it. Next up, we got Wrecking Ball. Like this card a lot. For being an uncommon, for 2, a black and a red at instant speed, you get to blow up a creature or a land. So if there's a land that you don't like, usually a non-basic one, you can get rid of it. It's only going to set you back like 10 cents. 1% of decks run it. It's a good little budget staple. When I was first starting off, I ran this in all my black-red decks, Grixis builds. Next up, we have Treacherous Train. This card I'm currently running my land ramp deck. 6 and a red and a green sorcery. It deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of lands that player controls. And you can cycle it away to go find the land. It's also good anti-land ramp tech too. If your opponents are running massive land ramps, you make them take like 8 or 10 damage from 1 spell each. It's pretty good. You draw it early and you don't have the 8 mana. Go find a land. Pretty solid. 10 cents about. 2% of decks run it. Next up, we're on the green and white. It's the Behemoth Sledge. It's a white-green colorless equipment that's +2/+2 and has lifelink and trample. It's an equip of 3. Pretty good stats for uncommon. I like it a lot. It's in my white-green equipment cat deck. Pretty solid card. Next up, we have DSpark. Now, we're getting to the problem area. On average, enemy colors had 25 common uncommons to choose from. I wanted to make sure that these weren't specific to a certain deck build, so I had to really pick and choose hard. So DSpark is a white and a black. You've seen it before in this channel. Instant, exile permanent with CMC 4 or greater. Oh yeah, 35 cents, 20% of decks approximately run it. It's super good. Next up, Turn and Burn. Woo! So, for 2 in a blue, target creature loses all abilities and becomes a 0/1 weird until end of turn. Colors in a red, do 2 damage to a creature or player. Fuse! For 5 mana, you can do both at the same. Well, that's pretty sweet. You make any creature into a 0/1 and you murder it. That is awesome. Love it. It's about 10 cents. And only 600 decks run it, which makes it a 1% ratio. Really good. Really good. Next up, we have Death Reap Ritual. It's 2, a black and a green for an enchantment with Morbid at the beginning of each end step. So we're playing 4 players, 4 times. If a creature died this turn, I draw a card. Doesn't have to be my creature. It's their creatures. Work too. On their turns it works too. So this is just constant card draw. Now was one of the black-green spell I thought was really good. It was an instant. That was a removal spell. But since we had the DSpark card for white-black, I decided to give it a little bit of a different card here. It's 25 cents, and about 5% of black-green decks run this. Next up, we have red-white. It was between this and Boros Charm. Boros Charm got run more, so this is why we're having wear and tear. Colors in a red, destroy an artifact. A white, destroy an enchantment. Fuse, spend 3, do both. Heck yeah. 37 cents, and 10% of decks run it, because everybody knows how sweet this card is. Next up, it was hard to find for blue and green Simic a non+1/+1 counter card. So I came up with Urban Evolution. For 3, a green and a blue, it's a sorcery. Draw 3 cards, play an extra land this turn. It's an expensive ramp, but it gives you a lot of cards. Also in hand, I was surprised that 8% of decks run it. It is 16 cents, so it's super cheap to pick it up. So this was the one we found for blue-green, and I like it a lot. I think I run this in 2 decks currently. My name's been Draymore with the Wizards Arena. This has been Tech Your Deck Season 2, Episode 6, Gold Cards. Wednesday we'll have Artifacts. And then Friday will be Lands. And then we'll get on to Season 3 next week. If you enjoyed this series of videos, please like, share, and subscribe, and comment below. I'll see you guys all in the next video. You all have a great day.